If you want to obtain your Kentucky dealer's license, all you need to do is obtain an insurance policy from an insurance agent. You're going to have to register with the Kentucky Secretary of State and get a Kentucky sales tax certificate. You're going to have a building and a lot, erect a sign, submit some photographs, and then you're going to submit your Kentucky dealer license application to the Kentucky Motor Vehicle Commission. So I'm going to show you how to easily obtain your Kentucky dealer's license right now. Hello, I'm Dallas Johnson with Dealer Training, and if this is your first time here, I want to welcome you. If you're a licensed dealer or if you're interested in obtaining your dealer's license for the very first time, our content is designed just for you. So please consider subscribing and hitting that notification button so you can view the content for dealers as soon as it is uploaded. And at the very end of this video, I'm going to show you a coupon code so you can download our 134-page dealer training manual for free. So we normally charge $19.95 for this manual. I'm going to show you how you can download it for absolutely free. So first, I want to give you some really valuable contact information for Kentucky dealers. Kentucky dealers are regulated by the Kentucky Motor Vehicle Commission, and they're in Frankfort. And here's a great phone number for you, 502-573-1000. And they're going to be a wealth of information for you, whether you're just getting your license for the first time or if you've been a licensed dealer for 20 years. They're definitely going to have answers to your questions. And all the docs that we're going to be showing you here in a little bit can be downloaded at mvc.ky.gov. So I want to go in depth in the 6 steps in order to obtain a Kentucky dealer's license. Okay, so you may be required to obtain a dealer surety bond before you get your dealer's license. And one thing I want you to be aware of, when I show you how to fill out that dealer application here in just a little bit, you're going to be submitting some financial information. So the state of Kentucky is going to look at your financial information, and then they will determine whether or not you need to get a dealer surety bond. And if you need to get a dealer surety bond, it's probably going to be about $25,000 to no more than $50,000. And that's going to cost you anywhere from $300 to $400 depending on your credit score. So, but you will be required to have dealer insurance. And I know your insurance agent is going to be able to explain this to you a little bit more in depth than I can, but there's 2 types of dealer insurance you can get. Dealer liability is just like liability on your own vehicle. If your customer wrecks one of your vehicles into another vehicle, it will fix the other vehicle because it won't fix your property because it's dealer liability. And I always recommend either starting out or shortly thereafter to bump it up. And you might think of it as full coverage, but in our industry, we refer to it as dealer's open lot. Dealer's open lot does not cover a specific amount of vehicles. It covers a dollar amount. So let's say, for example, you have $50,000 worth of inventory on your lot. You need $50,000 worth of open lot coverage because Kentucky has tornadoes. Kentucky has hail. I know more than one dealer in the state just lost their entire inventory because of some storm, and you also have to be worried about theft. So I've read articles where dealers have come into their lot and their entire inventory had been stolen. So if you ever showed up at your dealer lot tomorrow and your inventory was gone, you would certainly not be the first dealer that has ever happened to. So make sure that you do have enough coverage for your inventory. You definitely want to make sure that you do have enough coverage. So also, in order to get a Kentucky dealer's license, you're going to have to register your business and obtain what we call a tax certificate. So if you're a corporation or a partnership, you're going to have to register with the Kentucky Secretary of State's office. But if you're a sole proprietor, you're going to have to file your assumed name with your county clerk. So I want to repeat that. Okay, if you're a corporation or a partnership, you have to register with the Kentucky Secretary of State's office. But if you're going to start your dealership as a sole proprietor, then you'll have to file what's called an assumed name with your county clerk. So if you need to register for that Secretary of State registration, you can call them directly at 502-564-3490. And you can file with the Secretary of State right over the phone there if you want to. But no matter what, state law in Kentucky requires a dealership has in their name either used cars, auto sales, Automart, motor sales. You have to have, used car sales or motor sales clearly in your business name. So basically your dealership name has to identify that you are going to be selling motor vehicles. And you want to make sure that no matter what, you do have that on file with the state. But you must also obtain what's called a revenue cabinet sales tax permit. Once again, you've got to get a revenue cabinet sales tax permit. And you can do that on the phone as well at 502-564-3306. So you must complete these steps before you submit your application to the state of Kentucky. Step 3, building and lot. You must have a building for your Kentucky dealer's license, and your business building must be permanently enclosed and either owned or leased by you, and it must be devoted mainly to the operation of your dealership. So no matter what, you have to meet local zoning. If you're not sure whether or not the building that you're going to use for your dealership meets local zoning, you can call your city hall or your county and usually ask for planning and zoning and give them the dealership address, and they'll tell you whether or not you can own a dealership at that building. So all dealers in the state of Kentucky must meet local zoning requirements before you can actually get your dealer's license. So make sure the dealer is conducting business at the licensed location. You have to have your sales activity right there at the licensed location. So also, new and used dealers are required to meet the following requirement. You have to have a lot with at least 2,000 square feet. You have to have parking areas that are adequately surfaced with asphalt, concrete, rock. They want to make sure your lot doesn't change during weather conditions. You also have to have a dealership office with at least 100 square feet. This is a state law. And it has to be equipped with office furniture such as a desk, chair, filing cabinets. The state of Kentucky wants to make sure that you're doing motor vehicle transactions in a safe environment that's conducive for doing motor vehicle paperwork. They don't want you filling out title paperwork in some garage next to some car up on some jack. They want to make sure that you are actually doing all your business right there in your office. And state law also requires that the dealer has electricity, lighting, and a working telephone. So make sure that you get this taken care of. Also, you are going to have your hours posted. And the reason for this, the hours must be posted on the front of the building along with your dealership name, because the state wants to make sure that your customers can get a hold of you, whether they have questions about a vehicle they want to purchase from you, or maybe they've got questions about a vehicle they've already purchased from you. You've got to be accessible to your customers. So you have to post a business sign on the front of that building. And you also have to make sure that you do post your hours of operation as well. Okay, so our final step in getting a Kentucky dealer's license is to actually submit a dealer application. I'm going to show you how to do this. I'm going to spend a little time on this. This is about a 14-page document. So of all the dealer license applications I've looked at all over the United States, I think Kentucky has just about the longest one. But you want to make sure and spend a little bit of time on it. You want to make sure that you're filling it out true and correct. And I also want you to be aware that you are submitting everything accurately, because if you make any misstatements or material of fact on a dealer application, the state of Kentucky will charge you with a misdemeanor. So let's go ahead and download this first. And you can easily do this at the mvc.ky.gov website. And you're going to jump right up here and you're going to click Download Dealer Application. Okay. And most of us are going to be applying for the first time. So you're going to put a new application here. Here's your revenue cabinet sales tax number. Okay. So you have to have that number. That shows that you're legally able to collect sales taxes in the state of Kentucky. They also want to know that you have met local zoning requirements. So you have to put all your physical information there for your dealer's license. And now this is your financial statement form. So you have to put, any bonds that you own, all your savings account information, your checking account information. You have to put all of your assets and your debt on this form here, part of the dealer application. And then once the Motor Vehicle Commission receives your application in Frankfurt, they'll take a look at this. And if they decide you're not really financially savvy, they'll require you get that dealer's surety bond. But if you are financially secure, basically, they're going to look at it. If you're worth at least $100,000, they're probably not going to require you to get a dealer surety bond. But if your net worth is, $20,000 or $30,000, they might require you to get that dealer surety bond. So make sure and put all the information there, all the personal and business assets there. And then we're going to submit these photographs here. So you're going to have about six photographs here. You're going to have the lot, the sign, the exterior, the rear and front view of the lot. So make sure that you submit all those photographs. And then you're going to put your full name, your date of birth, your driver's license number here. They also want to know if you've ever had a dealer's license in the past in Kentucky, or if you've ever had a dealer's license in another state. So let them know about that. And now this is where your photograph ID is going to go. So make sure and put your driver's license or a passport copy right here on this form right here. And then they want you to draw out your premises. So you want to make a pretty good plot plan there of your entire building and your lot. So show them what the state looks like, show the state what your operations look like in a drawing there, and make sure and give the dimensions as well and show what street you're on, things like that. Now, this is also a little bit more information. You'll need to make sure that you do have a notarization from your county clerk if you are going to be doing an assumed name. Like I said earlier, if you're going to be a partnership or a corporation, you have to register with the Kentucky Secretary of State's office. But if you're going to operate as a sole proprietor, you have to fill out this information here and take it into your county clerk's office, and they'll sign that as well. So remember, sole proprietors have to register with your county clerk that your dealership is going to be operating in. So do please keep that in mind. Now, if you're going to be a corporation or a partnership or an LLC, then instead you'll complete this information right here that shows, say, for example, maybe you're a domestic limited liability or something like that. So you'll select your business entity here. There's quite a few of them to choose from here. So make sure if you're a corporation, partnership, or an LLC that you fill this form out right here. And then once again, there's a little bit of assumed name information there. And now the state of Kentucky wants to know the ownership requirements of your building. So you either own it or you lease it. So you're going to have to, make sure that you either own or lease that building. This is a state law in Kentucky. So they're not going to allow you to get a Kentucky dealer's license unless you have a building that you either own or lease. So definitely put that information there. Now you're going to want to make sure that you have your zoning signed right here. So you have to meet all local zoning. So you're, whether it's your city hall zoning chief or your county zoning commissioner, whatever it's called, they're going to need to sign this to state that you do meet all of the requirements. Now, this is only for a recycler on the end here, so you can leave that blank if you're not going to have a recycler license as well. So once again, I want to give you that great contact information for Kentucky dealers. Kentucky dealers are regulated by the Kentucky Motor Vehicle Commission, and they're also going to take a look at your application. So you're going to shove all that paperwork, that big application we just talked about here, put it in a big envelope, throw a couple stamps on it, and you're going to mail it to 200 Merrill Street, 3rd floor, Frankfort, Kentucky, 40601. And you can also give them a call to make sure that you do have all your required documents before you submit that application to Frankfort. You want to make sure you got your docs, and that way, when you submit a correct application, you will get the dealer's license, hopefully within about 30 days from the state of Kentucky. But give them a call, regarding the docs or any questions at 502-573-1000. Okay, so like I said, you should get that license back usually within about 30 days. And I want you to be aware of a Kentucky law. Once you obtain your Kentucky dealer's license, you must display the license prominently. So you're going to work hard to obtain your Kentucky dealer's license. You're going to be proud of that license when you get it. And Kentucky law does require that all dealer licenses are displayed prominently. So don't shove your dealer license in the back of some desk drawer and don't lock it in a vault. Frame your official dealer Kentucky dealer's license and display it prominently. So all Kentucky dealer licenses are required to be displayed prominently. And on a final note, I've been in this industry for many, many years. I've owned a profitable dealership myself, a very profitable dealership. And, I've trained thousands of entrepreneurs just like you in a classroom setting all over the United States. And one thing I've learned during all these training sessions and through all these state regulations is that if you maintain 100% compliance, which means you follow every rule, every law, every guideline, then you will have 100% profits. Okay, 100% compliance always equals 100% profits. Ethics, integrity, and compliance will take you to the very top of this industry. So it is imperative that you operate your new business with the highest level of ethical standards. Now I want to show you how you can download your free 134-page dealer training and profit manual. We normally charge $19.95 for this manual, and I want to show you how you can download it for free. So you just go to our official website, dealertraining.org. Once again, that's dealertraining.org. You're going to click on that blue download now button, and here you can see that coupon code box. In the coupon code box, you'll enter our YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/dealertraining. Once again, youtube.com/dealertraining. And then when you hit that apply button, you're going to see that $19.95 charge at the right change to a zero. And then you'll easily be able to download that profit manual for free. So thank you very much for watching this video. Please view this video and the other videos on Dealer Training Channel. And if you found value in this video or the manual that you download, I would like to ask you to please share the video. Please consider subscribing to the channel. And please consider hitting that notification bell as well. So thank you very much, everyone. I want to wish you the very best of luck in the operation of your Kentucky dealership.